Hello, my little pumpkin pies. How are you all out there in the real world? Doing well, are you? Welcome to Thingymajig's racing channel, and this evening we'll be having a look back at Wednesday's race with the Amigo racing team, round 5 at Alsace test course in the little Mazda touring car. And I've already tried this once on YouTube and it didn't work, and it looks like it's worked because I'm there. Fine. I was just about to, because I didn't think there was anything streaming, I was just about to kick off to me and the cat and my wife, who's trying to ignore me right now because she's doing women work. So here we are then. We're with Amigos Racing Team, the Mazda Alfa League, round 5 at Alsace Village. And we're doing the test course. It's a tough one. I'll get you updated with the table so far. It's a mixed bag of the table because it's kind of like people have come, people have gone, people have come back, people have gone again. It's a nice loosey-goosey league. I like it. I like it like that because it means I'm doing well in the table. So just for participation, I'm doing well. So in P1 we have Gina Quinny. I don't know if I'm just going to say Quinny because I don't know if the Gina bit is a P take. So in P1 we have Quinny on 92 points. In second place, No Hassle on 82 points. P3 is Thingymajig on 47 points, with Hockers in 4th on 38 points. Urban Fire is 5th on 35 points. Bopta Boy is 6th on 22 points. Terminator is 7th on 21 points. Dave Finkel is on 8th on 19 points. Super Squid 9th on 17 points. Lango is 10th on 16 points. Webson is 11th on 13 points. Matt is 12th on 13 points. 13th for Nelinsky on 11 points. And 14th for Kulum on 8 points. So it's pretty tight. The top two have only 10 points apart. And then you've got 47, 38, 35 for P3. And and then you've got some 22, 21, 19 if they ever decide to come back. And they'll be in with a fight. So that's the table. Let's have a look at the grid. And then on. Now, I'm going to tell you before, well, we'll do the grid and then I'll tell you. I've got PTSD from this race. Should have streamed this Thursday night, but it's taken me 4 or 5 days to come to it. And I'm still dreading doing it. Not the other guys, just my race alone was fucking horrendous. So here we go then. On pole with his unique livery. I mean, it's taken him hours to be able to replicate that. He's used a special white paint that you can't even buy in the shop. It's one of them secret menu paints. So, yes, it's Quinny, everybody. Quinny on pole. No Hassle, second place in the independent trading, Trotters Independent Trading. Nice, I like it. So he's driving on behoost of Del Boy this evening. If you don't know Del Boy, educate yourself. Then in third we have Lango. And yes, there's some sort of gangster motif there. Better watch him. Keep a wide berth. I think he's representing. So Lango in third on the grid. Fourth, we have Urban Fire. Look at it go. The Yellow Beast. That's the one I got all mixed up last week with his yellow and blue Alpha. No, this one's the Yellow Beast. It's a sexy bitch. So, yes, that's Urban Fire there. In the Team Yellow Mazda. Fourth place on the grid is the Terminator. And, yes, he's gone all Yuki Sintoa with his cut. And it looks absolutely cracker jack. In fifth place, no, that was fifth. That's Terminator. In sixth place, we have Sergeant Colon. And, he is in the Wilson Manifolds Mazda, looking, frankly, great. Look at that. That is superb. And in seventh place is Thingymajig the woes. He's 3 seconds off the pace. There's one corner on this track. He cannot find his way around without crawling through it like a slug, or he'll just spin the car. And so 45 laps of misery for that man there. So we'll concentrate on everyone else. You probably won't see much Thingy in this race because it was horrific, man. So without further delay, let us see how the rest get on. The lights are charging. The guys are anticipating. Lights out, it's go here, and a great start from Quinny, but no hassle, looking like he's got a better start on the Quinster, tucking in right behind for the tight first corner. Is he going to get it moved on? Early doors, no, he goes a little wider than Quinny, it seems. A little wider than Quinny, giving Lango a run on the yellow Trotter's independent car. Terminator in 4th. He's jumped Urban off the start. Urban dropping back into 5th with Sergeant Colon, and here is my favourite corner. Shall we watch me get through it and see the big gap that appears in front of me as I struggle? Oh, big spin there from someone. Sergeant Colon losing the back end, coming down the back hill. And Quinny leads from no hassle. Terminator now up into 3rd. Urban Fire 4th. Lango has dropped down. He must have got mixed up in that with Sergeant Colon. And now he's in 5th with Thingymajig still in the race after 1 lap, believe it or not. And Sergeant Colon has got to dust himself off. And he's got to crack on. In the meantime, against no hassle, everybody is on the racing soft tyres. They have high tyre wear here. I think we're up to time 6 on the tyre wear, but still the tyres are good to go. Tyres haven't been a problem so far in this championship. Look at them snaking around, coming down the hill. It is a tricky corner. Terminator 3rd, Urban Fire ahead of Lango. They're all screeching as they come through. Thingymajig in 6th. Sergeant Colon also coming through down the hill and making it nice and tight. No hassle's through. He made a move, ladies and gents. It's all been about Quinny so far this championship. He's 10 points ahead, but no hassle lines up the white Mazda, aims his car for the big gap on the inside, and he is through. Or is Quinny asking for a tow? Is the fuel that important that Quinny is made purposefully, unlike Lando, let no hassle through to get a tow from his buddy? No, he's going back for the lead, and it was just a cracking move from no hassle as they're side by side coming up the hill into the treacherous corner, the boner corner, bone you in the backside corner, with no hassle leading from Quinny. They both make it through fine. They're coming down the hill. This is where it can really kick your butt, and they get through nicely with no hassle leading Quinny. Terminator also through, but losing ground to the guys ahead. Lango there all on. No, he's not on his own because Urban Fire is right on his 6, aiming to misbehave and get by the second white Mazda in the group. But be careful, Urban. He's Crips or Blood, one or the other. He's carrying tribute, so be careful. Urban Fire then on it like the car bonnet, chasing down Lango. Thingymajig still maintaining at the moment, but off the pace. These guys are 50.5 from Urban Fire. Lango in the 50s. Thingymajig unable to get out the 51. Sergeant Colon in the 50s, chasing down Thingymajig. It's going to be a long day at the office for Sergeant Colon, but he will come through, I'm sure. No hassle still leads this race from Quinny. Quinny is chasing hard, I say. We'll sit on board for a lap of this, which I can't slag the track. It's a beautiful track. I just hate one corner in this track. This corner was beautiful. You just brake down into the apex, get it down the gears, touch curb all the way around, open her up as you leave the corner, head on up the hill, and just feel the fear slowly building as you come up to the braking zone. The fear is at its optimum right now. You're braking at the moment, you're going around, you're thinking, is the back end going to stay? Is the back end going to stay? Please, back end. You get around this bit, the back end stays, you whoop, and then slide off over here. But them two in their hands, very professional, very well done, beautiful stuff, can't complain. So on board with Quinny for this lap as we chase down No Hassle, and No Hassle seems to have the measure of the man today. I do not want to jinx anything in this early stage. We're only on lap 5 of 45 laps, but at the moment No Hassle is simply that, having no hassle from the Quinny, although it looks a lot closer when you get out of car. Terminator in third, he's all on his jacksie, no one wants to play. Lango was fighting with Urban, but Urban seems to have dropped back somewhat from the Langster. Sergeant Colon already passed Thingymajig, and Thingymajig of 102. He must have had his first spin in said favourite corner. Well done, you dick. So Sergeant Colon then back up and into 6th place. He's got a big gap though, well, it's not that big, between himself and Urban Fire. He's chipping away. Urban Fire at the moment with a 50.7 last time out. Sergeant Colon a 50.6. The times between the two drivers are pretty equal, but Sergeant Colon slapping in some purples to intimidate Urban Fire. This is a fantastic stuff. Hang on, there's this fancy way. No, not that. I don't want that. Look, I'm learning on the job. Give me a sec. This thing, yeah, you can then flick between cars without actually giving you seasickness by flicking through the cars. And that wasn't the button. So do you release? Oh, yeah, you release it. He's there. So we're back to No Hassle there, leading from the Quinster. Quinny's got the fastest lap so far of 48.9, when some people can't even get out the 51s. Unbelievable pace up front. The fuel is about halfway used on lap 7 for both drivers. Terminator also halfway through his tank. Lango in 4th place, 50.4 from him last time around. Terminator 50.2. He has the measure of Lango. Lango has to find something extraordinary up his sleeve to come back at said Terminator, looking like he's got a podium lined up. Urban Fire does his fastest lap of the race so far of 50.3, and he will be catching up Lango if Lango does not watch his 6. Sergeant Colon, look at him, he's in the 49s. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. He is pulling in totally, whilst Thingymajig is half a lap behind already, and he's in the 52s now because he's lost his nerve in that corner with that one spin, and now cannot get his schnizzle back together, and is driving to lap 45 without trying to get in the way of anyone. You loser. No Hassle leads still with Quinny in tow. The sun is going down here at Alsace, and we will be racing in the dark pretty soon. So enjoy what you can see while you can see it before you look at a black screen and listen to me talking like a madman. Quinny is getting purples all the way around. He's closing the gap to No Hassle. No Hassle may be in trouble here. His tyres not as worn as Quinny. The fuel is pretty much the similar between the two of them, and No Hassle under pressure from Quinny now. Quinny closing in. Come and watch the exit of this corner. Everything seems fine as they go towards the start straight. Terminator on his own, and so is Lango. Lango did a 50.7 last time out. Terminator a 50.2. And, Sergeant Colon already getting past Urban Fire, dropping into the 54s for Urban there. And Sergeant Colon's comeback is great. They're going to write a movie over it. Brad Pitt's asking for the rights as Sergeant Colon goes through the pack. Thingymajig still struggling in the 52s there, and he cannot find a way through around this track at a competitive pace. No Hassle barely in the lead now. No Hassle really struggling to keep Quinny behind. Quinny rubbing one way, rubbing the other. Quinny's trying to decide which way he wants to overtake. Said Quinny, not Ziggy. Shut up, Ziggy. So Quinny then all over the back of No Hassle. No Hassle having to play the defensive game right now and keep Quinny behind. Quinny's tyres a little bit more burnt than No Hassle, but the fuel is definitely in Quinny's favour. A yellow flag, that has to be Thingymajig again coming through a spin. Shall we watch one of his spins as a joke? Look, here he goes. Do you want to see more? Let's really, really confound the misery. So Thingymajig then, trying to make his way. He's got himself back into the 51s again. He's getting himself all brave. He's thinking, oh, here we go. Oh, he's up again because he's getting a little braver, and the fuels are lower. Coming to his favourite corner. I'm going to take it fast. I'm going in, boys. I'm going in. I've made it around again. There you go. You muppet. Look at you. What is wrong with you? Use your brakes or something. So Thingymajig on the move again as No Hassle and Quinny duke it out, and they are going to be lapping Thingymajig pretty soon. Oh, it's so close. They're teasing each other with their headlights. And No Hassle just trying to maintain as he flashes Thingymajig ahead to get out of their way. And Quinny then flashing as well. Double flashing on the Thingymajig. Oh, slowed down a little more than he wanted there. No Hassle. Quinny's going to come through. I don't think Thingamajig's in play yet. He's got out of the way now, but and I think No Hassle wanted to go that way. And Thingamajig right off the accelerator and out of the way to let the leaders by. I don't think he affected things there. I think he was way out of the way. As these two cocks duke it out like, you know, hen cocks, cockerels. Terminator in third place at the moment at 50.7 from him. He's handling the tyre wear pretty well. 50 dead for Lango that last time around, but the gap between himself and Terminator has grown rather large. So there's going to be a lot there for Lango to try and claw in, but nearly, you know, 7/10 a lap faster. There's not many laps. I mean, it's a short lap. There's lots of laps, sorry. He could quite easily, by the end of the race, find himself in. We've got a change here. A lead change. No Hassle with his indicator on. Gets a punt from Quinny. An absolute Max Verstappen special, but he lets him back. No, another punt. And no, I think No Hassle letting him through, wanting the tow possibly. Knows he's using more fuel up, and wishes to allow Quinny to take the lead for a short while to try and maybe save some fuel. Sacrifice position for fuel. Terminator then is now in the 49s. He got the message. Lango was on his way. Lango in the 49s as well. The racing is fast. Their fuel is lowering, so that will be dropping the lap times, but their tyres are also going out. Urban Fire wrestling with his car. Look at the tyres. He's really spent those tyres. Spent them hard, but a 50.0 for Urban Fire at the moment, and he's back ahead of Sergeant Colon. I'm sure Sergeant Colon got ahead of Urban Fire, but it looks like Sergeant Colon is backing right off for fuel save reasons, staying in the 50s. He did a 56 as well, so maybe Sergeant Colon having a big spin. And Thingymajig there, 52s for him. I don't think there's much more in the Mazda. We see him gently tiptoe his way through that corner, and whoever's lapping him, absolutely full throttle. Quinny then leads this race from No Hassle. We're on lap 14 of 45. The pit stops are due pretty much, I'd say, any time between now and lap 18 is pretty much the maximum they're going to get. Looks like Terminator is going to have to come in. He does not this lap. He's going to go another time. Lango absolutely languishing in loads of fuel. No problem there for Lango. He has fuel plenty. Not a problem. Urban Fire, his tyres are spent, but he's still got a little bit of fuel in there. Sergeant Colon is on vapors now as he comes around. This is going to be one of his last laps, and Thingymajig loads of fuel there, but he's barely using his accelerator. If we're really honest, a 54 last time round for Thingymajig. It's a poor performance from this streamer. Meanwhile, Quinny has built up a bit of a gap now from No Hassle, and they both are looking like they're getting set for a pit stop. Terminator in to the pit lane. Lango will carry on. Lango definitely a lot more fuel on board, definitely going to be on lap 18, it would seem. No Hassle and Quinny, are they going to pit at the same time? I don't think No Hassle's going to have a choice at the end of this one. Quinny might still have options. Quinny could have options as they come up. Well, they've got nearly a lap to do, so Quinny might not have many options, and No Hassle might not have any fuel. Lango, meanwhile, with plenty of fuel on board, continues on. Urban Fire is past Terminator. Terminator back out, but Sergeant Colon's in. No Hassle came in. Quinny stayed out. Quinny stayed out to do an extra lap. No Hassle, I'd say, is going for the undercut, but I don't think he really got the choice with the fuel. But he did expel a lot more fuel. I don't know who's on the back of his car. He expelled a lot more fuel from leading this race. Lango through, whom has not pitted yet. Urban Fire, he must be coming into the pits. He does. Wow, he brought some speed into the pits with him there. So Terminator definitely going to move up a position now on lap 16, starting of lap 17. He is ahead of Urban Fire. Sergeant made a pit stop before, and I'm not sure if he's going to catch up. He was behind Urban Fire anyway. I don't know if it'll get him any closer. So No Hassle is the man we're watching. He's back out on the pits. Quinny's into the pits now. It's a ways to go. It's nice just around this corner. And up the straight. Quinny's filling up now as we speak. No Hassle on the straight. Quinny is out ahead. He's coming out into the pits now. It's virtually the same. No Hassle. No Hassle does get the undercut done. And he's back ahead of Quinny. Quinny with a lap longer fuel on board. Lango's still out there, but he hasn't pitted yet. He's going to have to pit. He's wanting to get in ahead, back out ahead of Terminator. He was behind Terminator. Don't know if he's going to do it. Terminator out there doing some great pit lap times at the moment. So Lango, he's going to slip out between Terminator and Urban Fire. Urban Fire at the moment. Oh, Urban Fire having an off. Not needing that. Top cold tyres after his pit stop, and Sergeant Colon is through and up another position there. 5th place from Urban Fire, and then Thingymajig is low on fuel but still has not gone in yet. He's just gone past the pit lane, so he must feel there's another lap there. Lango as well, not pitting. Thingymajig and Lango, different ends of the spectrum, doing same strategies. No Hassle then way ahead of Quinny. Is this No Hassle's day? He could do with it for the championship. Terminator, as this is the second half starting. If it's round 5, I believe it's 8 rounds. So yeah, we're into the second half of the championship now. 10 points between No Hassle and Quinny. And Lango into the pits, so will be Thingymajig, 3rd in the championship, remember, but not a lot of points. And I believe Urban Fire Terminator could just jump him easily. But they're both into the pits. No Hassle retakes the lead with Quinny in 2nd, but Quinny, there's quite a big gap. Is there a strategy at play here? No Hassle is burning fuel, it seems, a lot faster than Quinny is. Terminator in 3rd, but it's not a lot from Lango. But Lango's going on a different strategy, going longer, so not doing the lap times. He's going to try and save a pit stop, I believe, is Lango. It's tough though. It's tough. I mean, he got what, 4 extra laps out of that stint. I mean, I think they still may have to make the same amount of pit stops, but maybe not fuel as much. But at the moment, yeah, Lango trying to cut down on his pit lane activities and jump Terminator from doing longer runs. Terminator then. But Terminator now in the 50s also. So maybe Terminator is also playing the longer game with Lango. He's just starting his first flying lap after his pit stop. Sergeant Colon in the 49s, but already a quarter through his fuel with 3/4 left. We're coming up to the halfway point of the race. Urban Fire still in the fight with Sergeant Colon. It's not over and done with. Thingymajig in a fight with himself, again pulled to the side of the track to let the leaders through again. What's that, lap 2? I think it's still 1 lap because of the pit stops. that No Hassle just going through? No, that wasn't No Hassle. That's Terminator, I think. I'm not sure who's lapping Thingamajig now. Could be Urban Fire. Yeah, it is Urban Fire. There you go. So the whole field lapping Thingamajig there. Unbelievable. So No Hassle leads this race, and he's pulled out a gap, ladies and gents, on Quinny. And Quinny now has the uphill battle of trying to pull that gap back. No Hassle is using his fuel up more than Quinny, though. So, yes, it's intriguing stuff from the two leaders here. Terminator in third. He's being chased down by Lango. They're on different strategies also. Lango's going into the 49s, where Terminator also into the 49s now. Terminator on half a tank of fuel. Lango on over 3/4 of a tank of fuel. Different strategy, I say. Lango, I think, is going to try and overtake Terminator through pit stops. Although he's closing in, isn't he? What was Terminator's last lap? 50.2. So, yeah, Lango really is starting to push the buttons and close in. Sergeant Colon at the moment is a ways back from that battle, but he's just trying to keep Urban Fire behind, because Urban Fire is right there in the fight with Sergeant Colon. Sergeant Colon at the moment, half a tank of fuel. Urban Fire with a little bit more fuel on board. Sergeant Colon looking like, was he struggling? He looked like he'd slowed down a bit in that corner, but no, he's all good. He's through with Urban Fire. I'm sure got through there a bit quicker. Looked smoother. He is closing in on the Colon Sergeant. So No Hassle still leads this race as he also comes up across a Thingamajig. Quinny, he's doing great lap times. He's only lost the gap through staying out for one, or pitting one stop earlier. I don't know. There's Thingymajig pulling over to let the leaders through for the second time, maybe. Lap 25 of 45, 20 laps to go here. And at the moment, No Hassle seems to have the measure over Quinny, the championship leader, in second. And something he's not quite used to, as he chases down the leader. Terminator in second, but Lango is there now. Lango has closed the gap between himself and Terminator on different strategies. Terminator will be coming into the pits before Lango being able to stay out a lot longer, and he'll be loving this. He'll be loving this because he's getting a tow. He can coast through the corners, try and stay with third place, and just wait for him to pit. So as we can see, Lango demonstrating on how to fuel reserve, keeping those gears high. Had to dip it down to second then to get through that corner, but overall, early changes, staying in the tow of Terminator. Going through this god-awful corner, down into third gear, just bringing her over the tip. Be careful with that accelerator as you go down the hill. Oh, she's sliding, but he's caught it. Must have one of those fancy Fanatec's. And yeah, chasing down Terminator. It looks like Terminator had a better lap that last time around and has pulled away slightly from Lango. It really is awful in the dark, innit? Streaming wise, fun to race in, I'm sure, but to spectate really isn't much to see in the murky dark. No Hassle then leads. He's coming across a couple of battlers. Was that Terminator? No. Oh, Urban Fire has closed in on Sergeant Colon as well. So we've got two duels out there at the moment, with Terminator and Lango duking it out, and Urban Fire and Sergeant Colon, but they're going to get lapped by the leaders. And so will they just carry on racing, or will they pull over for the leaders to come by? They're getting the blue flags. Oh, it's very tight between the two of them as they come through the bone you in the bone you in the butt corner. And Urban Fire then closing in. No, he's backing off now to let the leaders through. No, he's not. I thought he was backing off to let the leaders through there. Here comes No Hassle. Needs to get by. He's got Quinny chasing him down the road. And he's through. He's through already, Urban. Moving himself out of the way in the braking zone and letting No Hassle through with absolutely no hassle. Great stuff. Lap 29 of 45 now. The race is definitely in its busy end. Everyone's sorting out their business as they're doing lapping cars and duking it out. We've got No Hassle and Quinny duking it. We've got Terminator and Lango duking it out. We've got Sergeant Colon and Urban Fire duking it out. Who's Sergeant coming up across? Is that Thingymajig again? You're having a laugh. Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure. Oh no! Sorry, that's Urban. That's No Hassle behind Sergeant Colon. So No Hassle hasn't cleared Sergeant Colon yet. And he's looking for an opportunity, but if he's not slowing him down, he's going into the braking zone to try and get the job done through the very tricky corner. And job done, he's through and past. Terminator's into the pits. Lango back up into third. Half a tank of fuel for Lango with 15 laps to go. I don't think you can get 15 laps out of that tank, but we'll see. Sergeant Colon, he's going to be getting ready for a pit stop soon, and so is Urban, who's also being lapped by Quinny. Thingymajig in his own race with his mental conscience, and he's not enjoying it. No Hassle leads, but the fuel is now flashing. Quinny has got a quarter of a tank of fuel, but he's in amongst a lot of lapped cars right now. There's Terminator coming out of the pits ahead of Urban Fire behind Sergeant Colon. We've got 3 cars all duking it out, but Terminator is on full tanks, and he will be hoping to go till the end of this race. As Sergeant Colon then in 4th, Terminator in 5th, and Urban Fire in 6th, but Sergeant Colon and Urban Fire yet to make their final pit stop. Lango, see what's Terminator put in? He's put in a full tank to go all the way. Yeah, that's probably the right thing. Lango isn't going to get to the end, but he's going to get quite close. No Hassle's into the pits, but Quinny's still got a few laps to go yet. Can he turn this race around for himself out on the track? They've got past all the lap cars. He's got a lovely clear track ahead of him. And he should be able to open up that car and absolutely sling it. Lango not going into the pits. He's just coming around to the pits, isn't he? Terminator has pitted. He's up to 4th. He's got himself ahead. Oh, it's Sergeant Colon, sorry. Has gone into the pits. Sergeant Colon into the pits then. And he'll be going until the end of the race. Urban Fire then has to make this lap count as he is in a close battle with Sergeant Colon. Terminator also wondering where Lango will come out next to himself. No Hassle pitting, and he's going to be making these fresh tyres count against Quinny. Great stuff. Thingymajig, he's still got enough fuel there like Lango to go for a while. Urban Fire into the pits then. This is the battle with Sergeant Colon. Where is it going to go? Sergeant Colon pushing hard. We're on board as we see the complex up ahead. He's going to come past the pit lane. Urban Fire's filling up as we speak. They're still filling him. They're still filling him. It says Sergeant Colon's ahead, and I think Sergeant Colon has maintained the spot. And Urban Fire coming out. It looks like Urban Fire may have lost more ground on his competitor, Colon. Should have called himself Captain Colon. But maybe he's investigated Colon's a Thingymajig. Another spin there for Thingymajig in his favourite corner. Thank you very much. I am here for your entertainment. Quinny's into the pits then. Quinny is into the pits. So no hassle. Is he going to win this race? Lap 33 of 45 is just about to start. Lap 34. We've got 11 laps to go here of pure adrenaline racing, and No Hassle retakes the lead. Quinny does not fill up. He's getting out. He is closer to No Hassle than before the pit stops, but it's still a mountainous job to do. Lango is in third place as he puts a lap on Captain Colon, I'm going to guess. And Terminator waiting for the pit stop to happen with Lango to see where he is going to end up. Sergeant Colon right there, a lap down from third spot, but ahead of Urban Fire, and Thingymajig in amongst it as well after his spin. That puts him to 3 laps down, does it? 32. He's a lap down on those guys, 2 laps down on Terminator. Yeah, just 2 laps at the moment. Give it time. Sure, it was 3 laps when we crossed the line. So No Hassle leads this race, and Quinny now has to go full throttle. He has to go full shaft, ladies and gents. No tip, no slipping in the tip this time. He has got to go right up to the balls to try and get Hassle. No Hassle just has to keep it smooth, keep it clean, keep the lap times coming, and the race win is his. 10 laps away from victory, but Quinny is pushing, and he is pushing hard. Lango in third, but we're waiting for his pit stop. Terminator is waiting for his pit stop. Terminator would love this podium right now. It's been a hard-fought race. Terminator has driven impeccably, and so has Lango, though, with saving the fuel and maintaining a great pace is got to be commended. Urban Fire is ahead of Sergeant Colon. Sergeant Colon having issues, and Urban Fire is now up and into 5th place. Urban Fire chasing down Thingymajig in the championship, and this one, I'm sure, will put Urban Fire up into 3rd place in the championship. That is surely enough points to get ahead of Thingymajig. I'll check the points again, but I'm pretty sure he's only a couple of points behind, and this will be all he needs. Urban Fire P5, 35 points, no Thingymajig on 47, so Thingymajig may be safe after this round, but Urban Fire definitely mounting an attack in the championship. Who said that? Sergeant Colon then a 50.1 last time around, Urban a 54, so it must have been the pit stops, but he did a 103 after a pit stop maybe. So yeah, Sergeant Colon may have come to the bone your backside corner. And Thingymajig, who has been boned plenty of times, his fuel is on vapours, so he's going to pit pretty soon, even though he is many laps down. No Hassle still leading, but Quinny has got the fastest lap, and Quinny is starting to close the gap. They have only got a handful, a fistful of laps left there. And Quinny definitely wants to put the win on No Hassle. No Hassle needs the win to keep that championship alive. 10 points adrift from the lead. Lango is in. Terminator could still get that podium back, but it's going to be tight, I think. And Lango just behind him before they pitted. Before Terminator pitted, so I think it's going to be a close call there. Quinny sliding the back end around, trying to close the gap on No Hassle, and he has closed the gap. He is there on his boot. He's on the boot, son. And Quinny not even wasting time, trying to get the move done. Not only the momentum in Quinny's favour, and he's through. Did he give room? We wasn't watching. He looks like he's done a sly lift just in case, so no one can say shenanigans. And No Hassle now is under a lot of hassle. Quinny giving it all behind, seeing what he can do, but No Hassle is there. Quinny's through. He's got the job done. We've only got 6 laps to go here. No Hassle isn't giving up on the fight, but it looks like Quinny is just edging it. Quinny got a spin on, Quinny got a slide on, and No Hassle goes back ahead. Oh my word, it is a duel of the century between No Hassle and Quinny here at Alsace. It's like the French Revolution is happening all over again, with No Hassle and Quinny heading such a battle a civil war within the Amigo racing team. Lango did come out of the pits in third. I am sorry I didn't watch, but it was an easy one. Easily done for Lango. He didn't even top up, just half filled and back out again ahead of Terminator, even though he maintained that third position for a big amount of the race. He seems to have lost out to a clever strategy from Lango. Urban Fire well ahead of Sergeant Colon there, and it looked like Sergeant Colon was on the move early doors in this race, looking good for fourth, maybe even third, but has been boned, I suspect, by that corner, the boner corner. And Thingymajig there, struggling. He's just pitted as well. Half tank fuel. Just wants the race to end. No Hassle still leads, but Quinny now mounting another attack. Lap 41 of 45. And No Hassle trying to make his car as wide as he possibly can. Let's see if I can get this to a bastard. I didn't swear then, sorry. Oh, it's too late. Oh, you bugger. Yeah, what about this one? There we go. So, Quinny is through. He got through from that really tricky corner. And now we're on board with Quinny looking back at No Hassle. Lap 41. Looks like No Hassle going for a move. Is he there? He is. Now looking back at Quinny from No Hassle's car. He's looking for a tow, a very short tow down this straight into the braking zone. You can see the brake lights on Quinny's unique livery as they come up the hill. Quinny having another look into that corner, up the inside, and you can see he's got that corner mastered ahead of No Hassle as they come down the hill. And it's Quinny that is now in the lead. Lap 42 of 45. Lango in third. Terminator in fourth. Urban Fire in fifth. Sergeant Colon in sixth with Thingymajig in seventh. The battling is hard here between the two Mazdas. Quinny just leads from No Hassle. No Hassle again on the attack. No Hassle going up through, and it's going to be a battle of the balls in the braking zone, and it's No Hassle who takes the lead, but Quinny's got a lovely line on the inside, and it's Quinny, and No Hassle's been left out to dry on the outside. I don't think there's any room there. He's got a good momentum coming up the hill. They're side by side. Unbelievable stuff. Back into the braking zone again, but Quinny just edges it, and we know Quinny has got this corner down. He loves the boner, Quinny does. And No Hassle then just has to sit in the wake of Quinny's greatness and just sup up those tears, big boy, because Quinny has bested you again as they come around 43, now 40 for the penultimate lap, and No Hassle is on the attack again. And it's very close. This could be a big accident here, a bump up the behind from No Hassle. He's saying, get you move on, lad. Lango in third. He looks pretty safe there. He's nowhere near the leaders. Terminator is low on fuel, but he's only got a lap to do, so he should be all right. Urban Fire still ahead of Sergeant Colon, and Thingymajig out of it in seventh. So it's Quinny and No Hassle. That is where the fight is as they come around to start the final lap after this corner, and they're going past a lap. Oh, I'm guessing Thingymajig, he's been lapped so many times, let's just say it is. So Quinny then goes down the straight to start the final lap, and it's now or never for No Hassle. On board with No Hassle as he smoothly takes it into the first corner, gets on that accelerator nice and early, chases the unique liveried Mazda up the hill. He's gone faster than he has gone before. As we go into the tricky corner, we know Quinny has this corner down to a T because he loves the boner, and No Hassle getting a slide coming out, catches it, but that was his last opportunity, ladies and gents. And now Quinny is just going to bring this bad boy home, but Quinny's on a slide. Quinny sliding a little bit into the corner, and No Hassle right on his case. It's going to be tight going across the line, but it looks like Quinny has done just enough to take the win. Well done, Quinny. No hassle in second. Lango bringing it home in a third spot. Great drive from Lango strategically. Terminator already crossing the line for fourth place. Who's next to cross? Bloody hell. I don't know. Oh, Thingymajig was. Lango, no, it'll be Urban Fire next. Great drive from Urban Fire, way ahead of Thingymajig. And a great fifth place, great points on his attack in the championship. Sergeant Colin in sixth, and Lango finished in third. Oh gosh, why is it still going then? Doesn't usually do that. Holy guacamole, what a race, guys. What an absolute blinder of a race we had ourselves there. And the camera angles are always my favourite. So Quinny takes the win in the end, but oh my word, no hassle was in there, wasn't he? Oh my good golly gosh. No hassle in second. What a battle between the pair of them. Lango bringing it home in the podium position. Take a boo, my son. Well done. Terminator, he feels I probably should have had that third spot, but the strategy just wasn't correct for him today. And he comes home in fourth, but that's good points to put himself in that mid-battle in the championship. Urban Fire getting important points on his competitors today to get himself up and into third place in the championship. Don't think he's going to quite do it. He might get past Hockers, but I think he still needs a few more points on Thingymajig. But Urban Fire now into fifth. Sixth for Sergeant Colon. Great drive. And just missed out a couple of corners that put him back in sixth. Could have easily finished fourth with the pace. And Thingymajig was just a joke today. Yeah, never got out the 51s, did he? I think I did do a 50 at some point and got really chuffed, and then spun it the lap after. So, yeah, a bit of a muppet. It was a shame. Don't know if practice would have helped, because even after 45 laps, could not get through that corner. So, all the practice in the world, I don't think would have helped. Love Alsace test track, can't stand driving it. But it's Quinny gaining more ground. He got the fastest, and Quinny got the fastest lap. I don't know if there's points for fastest laps, but he got it. Look, we're just looking at an empty track. So on that note, I will bid you all farewell. Thank you for tuning in, who did tune in. You are stars. I appreciate you all. You can find the Amigos Racing Team on the Discord. I don't know. I'll look to see if I can do a link, and I'll put it in the chat. But they're easily found on Facebook as well. Just search for Amigos Racing Team. And come and join the fun. I don't know what's next they've got planned on Wednesday evenings. We've still got 3 rounds of this championship to go. And we're in the Alphas next week for probably some other Miyabi, probably. Or some other ridiculous track. But that's what I like about the series. We're doing ridiculous tracks, and I like it. Turu, peace and love. Peace and love.